If many politicians in the United States and in our government knew that Americans wouldn't be upset if Gaza and the West Bank were blown up with nuclear weapons, they would do it and without hesitation. Here we have Representative Mark Walberg saying that Gaza should be dealt with like Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
West Michigan congressman is receiving criticism after a recording of him during a town hall meeting last week was released. Republican Tim Walberg is heard off camera saying Gaza should be dealt with like, quote, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The video was posted on X, the social media site formerly known as Twitter. In response, Democratic State Senator Darren Camilleri condemned the statement, calling the congressman, quote, an absolute disgrace and saying he needs to resign. 13 on Your Side reached out to a spokesperson for Walberg who says the statements were edited and taken out of context. He provided us with an audio clip where a man is heard asking why the U.S. should provide humanitarian aid to Gaza. Walberg responds by blaming Biden and then adds this.
We shouldn't be spending a dime on humanitarian aid. It should be like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Get it over quick. The same should be in Ukraine. Defeat Putin quick. Instead of.
Okay, so what does he mean by Nagasaki and Hiroshima? Because what the United States did there were bomb them with atomic weapons, killing tons of innocent people. And yes, that was a war crime for the United States to use atomic weapons on them and kill many innocent people. And I would advocate for the United States still being punished for their war crimes of the past, just like how Nazis today can still be punished for their war crimes.
80% of our funding for Ukraine being used for humanitarian purposes, it should be 80%, 100% to wipe out Russian forces, if that's what we want to do.
Again, he's also calling for the nuclear attack on still that would be considered genocide, and advocating for genocide. They're not like everybody in Russia is like in support of Putin and looking to murder people in Ukraine. There are lots of innocent people in Russia, and to advocate the nuclear attack on Russia is still advocating for genocide.
Walberg spokesperson Mike Rourke says the statements were a metaphor to support Israel's swift elimination of Hamas, which he says is the best chance to save lives and the only hope for permanent peace in the region. Rourke says the same metaphor was also extended to Ukraine.
Right, because we gotta do like we did in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, which was a nuclear attack. He can try to make it sound like he said something else, but it's obvious what he meant. This is no different than some of the prime ministers in Israel advocating for a nuclear strike on Gaza. And Israel is a nuclear state. They have nuclear weapons.
Congressman Mike Walberg represents portions of Berrien, Calhoun, and Kalamazoo